welcome to my channel. My name is Lorraine and I help people live with passion, purpose and positivity. And the topic of this video today is, I've titled it, Do This Daily. And what I mean by do this daily is use your imagination. I'm going to give you a real life example of how I use my imagination to get what I wanted in life. And I'm going to show you how. If you're interested in this topic, please carry on and watch this video. This video is a follow-on from a video I did recently called How to Access Your Superpower. Your superpower being your imagination. Do you use your imagination much? It's something I don't think many people do, and it's so powerful. Albert Einstein says, imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Wow, what does he mean by that? You can literally do or have anything. And to access this superpower, that's what will bring it in. Now I'm going to give an example today of how I've used this superpower to my benefit. And it's an amazing story and I hope you'll enjoy it. So a few years ago, I booked a holiday to Cuba, a cycling holiday. It was a 1-week holiday, and I booked another week to explore Cuba after my cycling holiday. But then 3 weeks before the trip, I fell off my bike and broke my left shoulder. I was devastated. I thought, I still want to go, I can still ride my bike. Why can't I ride my bike? I just keep my arm in. It was very painful, mind. So I went to the hospital, and they don't actually do anything with a broken shoulder. It hadn't dislocated or anything. And I said to the doctor, I says, I still want to go on this cycling holiday. He says, you can't cycle with a broken bone. I should know this really, because I am an orthopaedic nurse. He says, for a start, you won't get insured. And also, you know, if you fell off your bike again, you could cause more complications. I says, okay then. Anyway, I rang the company that I was going with, Explore, and I says, can I still go on the holiday? And they said, yes, you can. I says, but you'll have to sit in the backup van. I thought, that's fair enough. So, as I say, it's 3 weeks before, so I had 3 weeks to get used to the idea of not cycling on this holiday that I really wanted to cycle. I wanted to cycle amongst Cuba and amongst the palm trees and this beautiful exotic country. Anyway, so I thought I'm going to have to change my perspective. I'm going to have to use my imagination to get over this dilemma of, like, you know, I knew that I would feel jealous when I saw my comrades on their bikes riding along, and I had to get over that. So before I went, I did all my usual pre-paving, focus wheel and positive momentum adding, which are practices that I've learned from Abraham Hicks, and they're in my spiritual adventure books if you want to know more about them. So I used my imagination and prepared myself for not getting jealous when I saw my comrades cycling. So I was well prepared when I turned up for the holiday. Anyway, I turned up for the holiday and I met this woman called Simone, who she was my roommate. My God, she's a larger than life character, and I could write a book on her alone actually. In fact, I am going to write a book about Cuba. I'll tell you what it's going to be called at the end. But so I'm on this holiday, and the first day I sat in the van and watched them all cycling. Felt fine, you know. It could have ruined my holiday because I do love cycling, but I prepared myself. I used my imagination. I imagined them cycling along, and me not getting jealous, and me enjoying the scenery, enjoying so much more about Cuba, because there's so much about Cuba to love. You know, it's a really cultural country with charisma and everything. Anyway, as the holiday progressed, I decided that I was going to have an imaginary affair with Che Guevara. You know, the revolutionary back in the Cuban Revolution. He was part of that, wasn't he? And he's so good looking. I thought, right, we'll have an affair with him. And I Googled everything about him. I learned everything about him. And, you know, how he hid in the jungle and where they fought the enemy and overtook Cuba, him and Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro was the president. So, yes, I had this imaginary affair and it was quite good, you know, and I bought all these posters, I bought a t-shirt, bought everything about Che Guevara, I found everything out about him. And it was great to feel that when I was sitting in the van and watching my comrades. I still wasn't jealous, and I had the best holiday ever. Even though I wasn't able to cycle through this broken shoulder. I must say it was very, very painful. And in hindsight, I shouldn't really have gone, really. I should have rebooked it for another time. But I so wanted to go. I was so looking forward to it. But my roommate, Simone, she was so kind. She used to help me with my pain. I used to take painkillers and everything. But there's so much about Cuba to love. I mean, the scenery is absolutely amazing. The people are amazing. And it's a bit different from the other Caribbean islands. And we went cocktail making and, oh, it was amazing. And we went in this hotel on an island where we could drink as much and eat as much as we liked. We were there on our own. So the whole holiday was absolutely amazing because I used my imagination, my superpower, to have an amazing holiday. And that's what I'm inviting you guys to do, is use your imagination. Keep thinking about what you don't want. Think about what you do want. Another example of my imagination is the situation I'm in right now at the moment. On Saturday, I moved house after, I won't go into all the details of it, but an 18-month moving forward with it. So I imagine this lovely house. I've got my amazing dream house. And I've also bought a car, which is, I'm going to convert into like a camper van. I'm going to call it Betty. That's another part of my imagination. When you use your imagination and it comes true, it's like the next logical step. I can honestly say everything that I've imagined has come true, and I'm living my dream life. I'm living in my new home, mortgage free, in a lovely town, lovely new town, 30 miles from where I live. And I'm going to soon have my camper van converted, and then I can travel all around the country, teaching meditation, exploring the UK. Yeah, you've got to create your own dream life, and you do that by your superpower, your imagination. Get your imagination juices going. You've got to practice it. This is why I've said do it daily. It's no good doing it once every now and again. You've got to use your imagination every single day for it to become a habit. For me, it's a habit now. Everything that I want is there, and I create scenarios, I create situations in my imagination, and it always comes true. You have this power, this superpower. We spend too much time thinking about what we don't want, don't we? That's been me included, but I have taught myself to use my imagination, and I hope you will too. Anyway, I hope this helped. I hope you get cracking on using your imagination. It's a wonderful tool. And I hope you have a wonderful day, my friends. Blessings, much love, and namaste.